We're on vacation in British Columbia. It is incredible out here in the mountains. And I wanted to share with you guys how I'm using my short and long lenses differently than I used to get some really, really cool photos. What I started to notice in photographers like Elena Samova, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, or Adrian Murray, is I started to see these shots that, like, they just looked incredible. I started to realize they were using lenses way differently than I was. And then a little while later, I was watching a video by Every Frame a Painting, where he was noting that the particular director of photography that he was analyzing at the time, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was that he would use short lenses to get a very wide angle shot on his close-ups. And I thought, what if I did that with the people photos I take? And honestly, I can't believe it took as long as it did for me to figure this out. So what do I mean by long lens and short lens? If you're like me, I've got really lazy with my lens vocabulary, and I tend to refer it as a zoom and a wide lens. I think it's actually very helpful to use filmmaking terminology here and use the terms short and long lenses. So what I mean by a short lens is what we often think of as a wide lens, something with a small millimeter focal length, whereas a long lens is a lens that we would often think of as zoomed in. It's like the longest version of your telescoping zoom lens, 70 millimeters, 200 millimeters, things like that. And what I've noticed is kind of the default of filmmakers and photographers, at least for myself, when using a zoom lens, is that we use it in a utility way. That's the danger of a zoom lens, right? Like, you stand in one place and you zoom in to get it, you zoom back and you never move your feet, you never check another angle, and you're just not using your tool or your lenses to their full potential when you're doing that. And I just found that defaulting to what is inverse of what the natural tendency is really helped me think through what lens I'm using, what focal length I'm using if I'm using a zoom lens to get the shot that I want, to make the picture or video the best shot possible. So once I got back home and edited the video, I realized the video would really benefit if I actually got out and showed you what this looks like. So I took a couple photos in the woods here. Here's an example of using a short lens to get a wide shot versus using a long lens at 200 millimeters. And here's an example of using this long lens like I normally would versus using a short lens. I just think it makes for some really cool results. So I would really encourage you guys, if you haven't, try this method out, see what you think, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching.